Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Amy, your independent Scentsy consultant with Happily Scented Homes, and I'm back today with a new series to the channel. I had talked about on the live that I was interested in going back to Scentsy's older catalogs and doing like a walkthrough, kind of just show what Scentsy catalogs were like back in the day, what products were around, what scents were around, things like that. And I figured a lot of people that are on the YouTube community for wax are newer to Scentsy, and by newer I mean like less than like 4 years or so. So I think this would be pretty cool to just like take a step back in time and look through the catalogs. I spent like 3 days tracking down as many catalogs. I also found like old Scent of the Month flyers, old Harvest and holiday collection flyers and things like that. So I'll be able to show those, some bring back my bar list for those specific years. I thought I had found all the way up to 2006. Unfortunately, the images that I found on Pinterest for 2006 and 2007 and 8 were like screenshots of the catalog and not actually like a full PDF. So I wasn't able to piece it together because some pages looked identical. So I really couldn't differentiate between if it was like in the 2006 catalog or the 2008. So unfortunately, the series is going to start off with the earliest catalog that I could find that had a full PDF format, which is the Fall and Winter catalog of 2009. So it is 15 years ago, so it's still a good distance from where we are right now. Now, if I can find my hands, I've put out a couple feelers to consultants that I know of, like through acquaintances, to see if they may have a catalog or if someone may have access to one that I can, show. So if I am able to get any of the 2006, 2007, 2008 catalogs, then I will go ahead and show those. But I figured I'd start the series off where I was able to get it and then go from there. So I am going to go ahead and record. I'm going to do a recording, so it's going to be like me talking on like a split screen, and then I'm going to have the catalog up at the same time. So if you want to take a peek 15 years ago on what the catalog had to offer, stay tuned. All right, so we are looking at the Fall and Winter 2009 catalog. So this is right around where I was first introduced to Scentsy. So these catalogs are very nostalgic. I do remember these catalogs. I remember having them. So this is when I was introduced to Scentsy. All right. Whoops, I think I can just hit the down button and it will go. All right, so I'm not gonna like read all the info and all that stuff, but Heidi and Orville usually had a message from them, and then their scent story, how they became, Scentsy and things like that. So that's always in the catalog. And then there's a lot of informational pages in these early catalogs because they were still a relatively new company. As we can see from the first page, it's their 5th anniversary in 2009. So they're still relatively a new company. So they still have to like market themselves and explain like what they are and how to use their products and things like that. So back then they had mid-size Scentsy warmers, full-size Scentsy warmers, and plug-in Scentsy warmers. So basically the full-size Scentsy warmer was anything that was a 25-watt warmer. And mid-size was our 20-watt. And then the plug-ins, we now call them minis. Those were the 15 watts. So still the same warmers. We didn't have element warmers here, so it's just strictly bulb warmers. But they just called them different things. Different names, I should say. All right, so here's what we have for mini warmers. They have a whole page for the mini warmers. Again, they were called plug-in warmers back in 2009, and they were actually only $15. So, I mean, price inflation from 2009 to 2024, 15 years, and these plug-in warmers have only gone up $10. That's really like $1.50 inflation per year since this catalog. So I guess that's not bad. I mean, 25 I still think is pretty high. I wish the minis were at that $20 price point. I think that's much more sellable at a $25 price point. But I mean, you know, you take what you can take. So we did have like a seaside collection right here. So beach theme is always a popular theme. So they had like a sand dollar, which I could have sworn I had this sand dollar mini plug-in before. But there's seashells, starfish, waves. And then they've got a lot of different like colors with like these right here. These top four had basket weaves and they're all in different colors. This one has like a flower pattern, and these are just like all solids. And then this kind of looks like a warped ceramic like project you would have made in high school. So those are the mini warmers. So not a lot. That's it. That's all they had for mini warmer options was what we see on page 5 and 6. That is it. In comparison to what we have available now. And then for our mid-size warmers, these were actually at a $25 price point. So it did not matter which warmer it was. If it was a 20-watt warmer, it was considered mid-size and it was at a $25 price point. So now in our current catalog, we will see our 20-watt warmers, and they're usually at that $30 price point. So it's only gone up $5. So not too bad, but they didn't have a lot of options for warmers back in the day. So at least for these like smaller sizes. So we've got a nautical collection, and it like gives a description. Like right here, nautical collection, named for renowned American islands and beaches. It reinterprets classical coastal details, matte folk stone, reminiscent of beach pebbles and rocky coastline. So they actually give a description of like why it's that certain style and in that certain collection. And like this one is called a smooth stone collection. So it's very polished, iridescent, reactive glaze. Oh, I remember these do-it-yourself theme packs. Oh my gosh. This warmer, if they were to reintroduce this style of warmer, it would not sell. This is totally dated. So these were do-it-yourself. You would basically get this base warmer. You could choose white or black. And then it had all these like rub-on transfers that you could put on the warmer, and you would buy the different rub-on transfer packs. So you would buy the warmer, and then each of the theme packs was $10. I mean, I guess it's like arts and crafts with Scentsy, but I can understand why this particular warmer did not stand the test of time. And then here's some more of those do-it-yourself rub-on transfers. All right, so now we're up to our full-size Scentsy warmers. So full-size Scentsy warmers were the 25-watt warmers back then, and they were at a $30 price point. So that that is so much different than what we have now. So right now, with what you would consider a full-size warmer, 25-watt, they can be anywhere from $30 to $40 to $55, sometimes even $60. So there's definitely an increased price inflation. And I think that probably has to do with like the intricate detail that they probably put into the warmers now. Because you are seeing in this catalog there, it's a lot of basic geometric style warmers, basic colors, not a lot of details. So probably like the production value, like the cost of it wasn't very high, that type of thing. So we have a safari collection. I had the giraffe one. This giraffe print one, I had this one. My son busted it. Like, I want to say the minute he started like pulling himself up onto like surfaces, like pulling himself up from like the floor to standing position. Once he started doing that and then he started like moving, he grabbed it and busted it on me. I was so mad because when he had done that, I don't think it was available anymore, or I wasn't buying Scentsy at the time, so I didn't get it replaced. Didn't really understand too well the lifetime warranty on the warmers back then. Okay, and then we have the Renaissance collection, which is down here. They're, in my opinion, they're very ugly, but whatever. And then the Classic Curve, which we do still currently have. We have a Classic Curve black and a Classic Curve gray. But back then we had it in the Classic Signature Purple Scentsy. It was also in green and cream. I think they should bring back the cream one. I think that would actually sell pretty well with like a lot of the people that just have a minimalistic, you know, decor type of vibe in their home. All right, and then here's some other collections. So the Olympus collection was based off of Greek symbols, dramatic statements. Isabella collection has like these little swirly patterns. The Island collection. It's so weird how they named these collections. And then now we're getting to more of the individualized warmers. So, oh gosh, 90s Italian mom kitchen over there. I think everybody in the 90s either had that weird nursery rhyme goose theme. Remember how like everything had a goose on it with like a blue bonnet bow and or whatever? So I think it was either that, apples, which my aunt had apples everywhere in her house, these Italian grapes, and what was the other super popular one in the 90s? Was it the Bon Appetit Fat Chef guy? I think that was super popular in the 90s too. So just here's a couple of the full-size warmers. They actually had a baseball one. They should bring back their sports lines. They had a basketball and a football and a baseball. They've done quite a few different sports ones, not just the team warmers that we've seen lately. They actually had like the actual like balls and did warmers with them. This Rustic Star one, I think they should probably bring back for one of those, like, bring back my warmer things, because I think that one would sell really well. Also, this Yukon Moose one, that would sell pretty well, like, and this rooster up here, I think people would still buy that today. This was this Sweetheart, this pink one. That was super popular. I remember I did a party and like 3 people had ordered that for their girls' rooms because it's like a princess like tiara type of warmer. All right, so that's the end of the warmers. So they had a lot of full-size 25 watt warmers to choose from, and there was very minimal for the minis and the 20 watt. So we can really see that they kind of went crazy on their 25 watt back here, and then, you know, only had a limited offerings for the other 2. So now we're actually into the scented products. So back in 2009, it looks like we had scent circles, but they were called car candles. That is such a weird name. It's a circle. Why would you call it a candle? That's weird. They were still $3, so the price has never changed on our scent circles since 2009 anyway. So that's pretty cool. So they did have Scentsy room spray back then. And it still was an oil-based room spray. And it was $8. So the room spray only went up in price point this year. So for 14 years, it stayed at $8. So that's pretty cool to point out. And then we have our Scentsy bars. So you can see the Scentsy bars were very small in comparison to what they are now. There was like 6 breakaway cubes instead of the 8 that we have currently. It doesn't show on here ounces though, like in the description. Whoops. So I don't know if like there's a ounce like difference between it. And then these are what the bricks used to look like. And bricks were $20 15 years ago. And they did have a plethora of different fragrances, and we'll see that as we continue through the catalog. And then the other product that they have is travel tins. Travel tins did get phased out about a year ago in favor of the travel twist, which in my opinion, the travel twists aren't really selling well. I don't see anybody ever hauling them. I don't have any of my customers that order them. So I think that might be another product that kind of just gets like phased out as well. But those were $5. And they were just like easy, portable, Scentsy on the go type of thing. So that was it. This right here is what they had for scented products. They had scent circles, which they called car candles, room spray, Scentsy bar, Scentsy brick, travel tin. They only had 5 products in comparison to the tens of stuff that's in the catalog now. So that's pretty impressive how much they've expanded their reach with these different scented products. All right, so now we're at the bread and butter. What you guys have all been waiting on is what was available in these catalogs. So I really like going back to the old catalogs because we can see what like the categories were called, because they weren't always just 7-scent categories. Like they've been redesigned, they've been revamped, they've been changed. Certain fragrances have been moved around and put in different categories year after year. So it's kind of cool to look back on that. So in 2009, they had a category called favorites. So basically this is like their best selling fragrances. So now we see just a text box graphic on the catalog page next to the fragrance name that says bestseller that will indicate that it's a favorite or a bestseller. And then it's put in its own category. It might be in citrus, it might be in bakery, that type of thing. Back then, they just had a favorites category only. So I'll go ahead and run through all the scents that are in the favorites category. So we have Autumn Sunset, Black Raspberry Vanilla, Bubblegum, Camu Camu, Cinnamon Bear, Cinnamon Cider, Cinnamon Vanilla, Clean Breeze, Clove and Cinnamon, Cranberry Spice, Grape Granita, Home Sweet Home, Lilacs and Violets, Orange Dreamsicle, Perfectly Pomegranate, Skinny Dippin', Sunkissed Citrus, Sweet Pea and Vanilla, Vanilla Cream, and Welcome Home. So as we can see with that rundown, there are quite a few scents that are still current. So Autumn Sunset was current as of last catalog. We don't know if it's going to return for fall and winter yet. Black Raspberry Vanilla is currently available. Camu Camu is currently available. Cinnamon Bear and Clove and Cinnamon were just available last catalog. Cinnamon Vanilla and Clean Breeze are always in the catalog and currently are available. Lilacs and Violets is currently available. Perfectly Pomegranate is not an available fragrance in catalog. However, if you have a Scentsy Club, you are able to get Perfectly Pomegranate in brick only through Scentsy Club. Skinny Dipping and Sunkissed Citrus are all currently available, as well as Welcome Home. So that's quite a bit of a handful of scents that have stuck around for 15 years. So, I mean, there's a reason why those scents are in here. Now Bubblegum, I do remember Bubblegum. I actually warmed through, my bar that I had of it. It's just a fun scent. I forgot it had cotton candy in it. I thought it was just bubblegum and mint, but I guess it has cotton candy in it. I've never had cinnamon cider. I've never had that one before. I wonder if cedar cider had replaced this cinnamon cider. Cranberry spice, I think that might be a good one. It's got clove, ginger, and cranberry. And the reason why I'm going through these two is I kind of want to see what ones we might want to vote back. Especially if they keep doing this one where all the older scents are going to be eligible to be voted on. I really want to go through these catalogs and really see what these fragrances were in their descriptions. So when next voting period opens, we've got like a better idea. Let's see. Because especially if something was like old but was a bestseller, like I would love to try anything that was a bestseller back in the day. Because obviously it was a bestseller for a reason. Let's see. Grape Granita I've had before. I don't particularly like grape scents in home fragrance, so I'll probably pass on that, but that does have a following to it. Home Sweet Home I think is very similar to like My Home and Welcome Home, so I probably wouldn't get that one. Orange Dreamsicle. There are a lot of people that do like Orange Dreamsicle. I've heard good things about that. Sweet Pea and Vanilla has already been brought back. So is Vanilla Cream. So we really don't have to worry about those ones for a while. So yeah, so that's a good mix there. And then you can see here, I don't know if you can see it, if I can zoom in. You see how right here it says CCRSSBCK. That's the initials of the products that scent is available in. So CC would be the car candle, aka a scent circle. RS room spray, SB Scentsy bar, SK Scentsy brick. And then next to it is the initials of the fragrance. The reason why they did this is because I do believe back in 2009, we were still submitting orders to Scentsy, and we would have to write it out like on an order form and put those like SKU numbers and the codes and things like that. So that's why it's in the catalog that way. All right, let me try to zoom back out. There we go. Oh no, what did I do? Hold on. Okay, so then the other category that we have here is fall and winter, obviously, because it's the fall and winter catalog. So not a lot of scents for fall and winter, you guys. I'm only seeing 10. So that just goes to show you how, like, I don't want to say not popular, but they probably didn't put a lot of time and effort into these holiday scents like they do now. I mean, the holiday category in the catalog is usually huge for fall and winter. But so we had Pocennia Pine, Christmas Tree, Cozy Fireside, Holiday Kiss, Pomegranate Ice, Red Chili Masala, Snowberry, Spice Grapefruit, Spruce and Citrus, and Winter Wonderland. So the only two in this section that I've ever heard of is Cozy Fireside and Snowberry. All the other ones I've never had before. So based off their scent descriptions, I would really like to try Christmas Tree. I mean, it says it's forest fresh, majestic fir with aromatic cedar. But this red chili masala, I know a lot of people like the Messiah Chai pine cones from some of the vendors. So that might be a good one to vote back. Grapefruit scents. They've been killing it lately with grapefruit scents. So be kind of curious to see what that grapefruit actually smells like. What's Holiday Kiss? Mystery notes of warm amber and rare woods combined with exotic spices and lime. Lime in a holiday fragrance? That just seems weird. Anyway, so that's the fall and winter category. Now down here underneath fall and winter, they're just showing the travel tins because they were a new product in the 2009 catalog, and they're saying that they are available in all these fragrances. So we've got Beach, Black Raspberry Vanilla, Camu Camu, Clean Breeze, Cucumber Lime, Enchanted Mist, Leather. So it's just showing all the fragrances that they're available in. Which is weird that they would put it over here. I guess it's because it was a new product, but I don't understand why they wouldn't just put like TT down here for the ones that are available in the travel tin. Okay, why can't I go down further? Oh, it's gonna make me mad. There we go. Okay, so here's our bakery section, which you guys are all bakery lovers pretty much. All of us are really. Bakery category was still slim pickings in the fall and winter of 2009. So we had baked apple pie, we had caramel spice, coconut macaroon, cutie pie cupcake, key lime cookie, pumpkin roll, raspberry Danish, sticky cinnamon bun, sugar cookie, and vanilla walnut. So out of the bakery section, I have had baked apple pie, and that is currently available. Cutie pie cupcake, I have had that. I did have it in my club. I kicked it out. It was in Bring Back My Bar 3 or 4 rounds ago. So it has been called back recently. Pumpkin roll was as recent as last catalog that was available. Sticky cinnamon bun was recently in a Bring Back My Bar the past year, I believe. Sugar cookie is available in Scentsy Club through Brick. And vanilla walnut we just had in the most recent Bring Back My Bar. So a lot of the bakeries that are in this catalog, we've actually had. Either they're still currently available or we've already called them back for a Bring Back My Bar. I would love to see raspberry Danish. That sounds amazing. Listen to this. Loganberries, sweet raspberry jam, wrapped in a brown sugar and a flaky pastry. Yum. Yum. I really want to see that come back. Not so much key lime cookie. I don't think I would want key lime cookie. But the caramel spice, toasted caramel, buttery toffee, butterscotch, cinnamon sugar, and cream. I wonder how different that would be over the toasted caramel sugar that we just recently had. So that'd be interesting to find out. So that's like a very roundabout bakery. I mean, you've got a citrus bakery in there, you've got pumpkin, you've got a berry, you've got a couple different vanillas and caramels in here, coconut. It's giving you like everything almost. You know what I'm actually surprised is not in here? Banana nut bread. Like, why is banana nut bread not in here? That's weird. Okay, so then we've got romance. So remember I was telling you guys how there used to be like a romance like section that would like showcase those musky, perfumey scents. So right here, we're showing that. So they had a romance, which, okay, read this description, you guys. I'm laughing. Unwind and daydream as you warm one of Scentsy's unique romantic scents. The fragrances in Scentsy's romance collection will whisper sweet nothings in your ear. Cringe. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, so we have Casablanca, Enchanted Mist, Flirtatious, French Kiss, Lucky in Love, Pretty in Pink, Satin Sheets, Simply Irresistible, Taj Mahal, and Twilight. They also, for some reason, have leather down here, unless it's with Scentsy Man. I don't know. We'll ignore the leather at the bottom. That's underneath Twilight. But for the romance, we've had Enchanted Mist and Flirtatious, called from Bring Back My Bar. I want to say 2 years ago, I think. French Kiss was also in a Bring Back My Bar for 2022, I think. Lucky in Love, I've worn that before, didn't particularly like it, but I think people that like shimmer and those type of fragrances will like Lucky in Love. Pretty in Pink I've never had. Satin Sheets is my favorite sandalwood vanilla scent ever. Simply Irresistible is like a manly scent, but it's more of like a fresh greenery, clean manly scent. And that was recently in a Bring Back My Bar the past 2 years. Taj Mahal I've never had, and Twilight we just got from last Bring Back My Bar, and that was, we don't need that one back. So let's see. So Casablanca, that one is an exotic blend of aromatic fir and cypress with hints of water over sheer white musk. I think Taj Mahal might not be bad. That one says it's a soft oriental fragrance built on the base of musk and amber and subtle florals. I feel like a lot of these romance like scents that are in here are going to be dated a little bit. Because I found that with like Lana Sarah, that was in the last Bring Back My Bar, and Twilight. Like they were just like dated like fragrances. I don't know. And then we have Scentsy Man. So they had a Scentsy Man category. Not a lot in this one. They had leather, which I'm assuming has been upgraded to weathered leather, but here it's called leather. We've got African Mahogany, which I've seen on the voting poll like numerous times. Bourbon, Hemingway, which we just had in a recent Bring Back My Bar the past 2 years. Oxford, and Rustic Lodge, which we also had come back after the past 2 years and Bring Back My Bar. So out of these ones, I would like to see African Mahogany come back. That one I've had before, and it is really nice. It's a crisp, outdoorsy fragrance with precious woods and a hint of musk and amber. It is really, really nice. I feel like if you liked the Simply Patchouli, or if you liked Falling Leaves or Amber Hollow or Amber Road, you would like African Mahogany. I see an Oxford too on voting polls a lot for Bring Back My Bar. That one's ginger and frankincense with woody cedar and amber. That might be a good one. All right, so continuing on, they had a spa category. So in spa, we had beach, boysenberry moss, French lavender, mineral springs, mountain retreat, ocean, olive wood and cypress, Pima cotton, thunderstorm, and white tea and cactus. All right, so in 2009, Amy probably would have spent all of her purchasing in the spa section of the catalog. Not on beach though, definitely not on beach. But we've had French lavender that's currently available now. Boysenberry moss sounds so intriguing. Tart berries, sparkling bergamot over deep moss and vanilla musk. Ooh, that sounds really good. Ocean I've had before, and we did have it 2 years ago in Bring Back My Bar. Pima cotton, I actually have that in my club. It came back in Bring Back My Bar a year ago. And thunderstorm and white tea and cactus are Scentsy heartbreaks for me, and I am patiently waiting for them to return because I love those two fragrances. But I wouldn't mind seeing boysenberry moss come back up for Bring Back My Bar, and olive wood and cypress. That one's French olive wood, cypress, crisp citrus, and woody and musky undertones. So their scent descriptions are kind of vague, but I don't know. So yeah, so like I said, Amy would have spent most of her time in the spa section of the fragrances. So it looks like we've got 2 other categories. We've got tropical here. So we've got coconut citrus parfait. That's actually returning in July. We did vote that one back. Coconut lemongrass, they actually had that in the tropical category. It is now considered a citrus. So that's pretty neat to see. Coconut palm, we had that the past year in Bring Back My Bar. Same thing with cranberry mango and cucumber lime. Those have been brought back in the past 2 years. Grapefruit berry, I've never heard of that one before. Lush gardenia. That's funny. They have lush gardenia in the tropical category, but not in the romance category, because that seems to be like where all the floral scents are. So that's actually pretty interesting. Pineapple paradise, plumeria, and tangerine tango. So we've had a couple of these already come back. We have one that's going to be coming back in July. I would say I would love to see Lush Gardenia come back, only because I want to be able to increase my quantity in my club. But it is a really good gardenia fragrance. And the only other one that's kind of like tickling like my senses would be the tangerine tango. That one's got sparkling tangerine and green fresh lemongrass. So it's almost like a tangerine version of coconut lemongrass. But other than that, I really haven't had much of this category, other than I have had coconut lemongrass, coconut palm, cranberry mango, cucumber lime, and lush gardenia. So, and then the last scent category that they have is called Scentsy Cafe. So not sensory bakery, but we're talking cafe. So this is our coffee scents, our beverage scents, our tea scents, things like that. So they had a scent called Coffee Shop. I've never heard of this one before. steamed espresso laced with grated cocoa and Irish whiskey. Yes, please. Why have we not voted that one back? Green tea smoothie, that did come back for Bring Back My Bar the past 2 years. Holiday chai, mocha doodle, which is currently available, and red berry tea. Ooh, I have never had these other ones. I definitely would love to see coffee shop come back. And also this holiday chai, black tea, orange zest, spicy pepper, and cinnamon with a splash of cream. And then they still had odor out here for room spray. They're just like throwing a random product in the middle of the page to confuse you. And then the last page of the catalog is just talking about the bundle and save. So we still had bundle and saves back then. You could actually buy gift boxes, which I still think you can do now. There's all the different systems to bundle the wax and the warmers together. Light bulbs were $1 back then. They didn't have 3-packs, though. They just had them for $1 each. But look at this. A 3-pack of wax was $14 back then. And a 6-pack of wax was $25. So you still got the buy 5, get 1 free. So that is pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Double the Scentsy. 24 Scentsy bars of your choice, plus 2 full-size warmers, $140. Could you imagine having that as a bundle and save and then being able to utilize that as a half-off item? So that'd be $70 for 24 Scentsy bars and 2 warmers. That is insane. Oh my gosh. And then they had a Scentsy sampler. Ooh, they should bring this back. Scentsy sampler was $105. And it gave you 3 scent circles, a travel tin, 2 room sprays, 3 bars, 1 brick, 2 minis, and a full-size warmer. Can you imagine having that bundle and being able to use it as a half-off item? Crazy. And then here they're talking about hosting. And then they did have Scent of the Month here, I believe. Yep. Each month, Scentsy releases a new scent and new warmer through our Scent of the Month and Warmer of the Month program. As a Scentsy hostess or customer, you can purchase the Scent of the Month products through your consultant. Subscribe to your Scentsy consultant's monthly newsletter to receive the product information on each scent as they become available. And then it's giving you the join. So back then in 2009, to start to earn party rewards, you had to hit $150. Now it's $200. And yeah. And then you only had to hit $250 to hit the second tier. And then obviously we have the Scentsy starter kit for $99, and that's it. So that is the 2009 fall and winter catalog from Scentsy. I am pretty impressed with the fact that their pricing hasn't changed much in the past 15 years. Sure, the bars have gone up, especially with the licensed bars and things like that. But just taking a look and seeing like some of those other products that their price point hadn't changed until just recently. So I kind of now understand why they made those price changes. I'm still not happy with them, but I'll deal with them because there are ways to get around and save money with Scentsy and things like that. So, but this was pretty cool. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. And I will go ahead and continue making these and sharing these old catalogs. So that way we can see what was available back then and what's still currently available and things like that. And what trends, you know, stuck around with Scentsy and, you know, what they kind of like gave up on. So again, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And in the comment section, I just want to know from you guys, out of all these scent categories that they mentioned, not ones that we've recently had, But has anybody had any of these other fragrances that we were just now, hearing their names on? Because I swear, I know I smelled these at some point in my life, but I can't remember half of these. But I would have to say, out of this whole catalog, I would be most interested in seeing the caramel spice. That was the one that had toasty caramel, buttery toffee, butterscotch, cinnamon sugar, and cream. The raspberry Danish, that one I would love for that to come back. African mahogany, and I would have to say tangerine tango. I know my other ones that I like Thunderstorm and White Tea Cactus, they all eventually get voted back, but some of these ones that have not got like any love ever since their departure, those are the ones I kind of want to highlight. So yeah, so tangerine tango, African mahogany, raspberry Danish, and that caramel spice. Those would be like the ones from 2009, at least in this catalog, that I would love to see. So again, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.